Hi there, welcome to my channel. If this is your first time joining me, then I'm glad you stopped by. And if it's not, then welcome back. I'm glad to see you come back and see what I'm creating this week. In my Motivation Monday over on Facebook in my group, it's Create with Kim. Every Monday at 1 o'clock, I come on and I show you guys about 3 projects a week. And this week, I featured the More Than Autumn. This is a set that's been around for over a year, but it was one of the first ones that I wanted when I seen it out of the catalog. It was just super cute. It is an online exclusive. I don't remember when it first came out if it was always online or if it was in the catalog. But I remember that I had to have it. I love fall, and I liked all the fun little things that you could stamp and cut out with it. It has coordinating dies as well, so you can get the stamp set or you can get it as a bundle and save 10%. So I wanted to show you guys all of these dies. So all of these images, like the latte and the Cool Whip and the pumpkin pie and ice cubes and all the fun stuff down here. It all has matching dies, but there's also all of these stamps, but then there's words in here that cut out as well. Nothing better than, you got apple and spice and hot and pumpkin and season. And then this one is coffee, and then you have latte over here. So lots and lots of fun opportunities to create with this set. So if it's not one that you've seen before, or if it's one that's in your old stash that you haven't used in a while, then bring it back out because it is a lot of fun. And I'm gonna show you today a Christmas card that I made using it. And I have several other videos that I did this week. I will be posting them individually as well. But I made a fall card, and then I made a really cute gift card holder. So lots and lots, like I said, of opportunities to create with this. One of the products that I used in this card that we're going to be making today is the new designer paper. It's called Need for Tweed. Let me pull this in really quick and show you guys. This is like super cozy, comfy paper. I really like it. So on this one, I did use the cherry cobbler side, but I also used this green side for like the koozie of the cup. And it just is like really warm looking paper. It's going to be perfect for fall. This one, I don't know what kind of material all this is supposed to be, but I know that it really is got a big variety in here of colors, and there's also 3 sheets of each paper in this pack. So that makes it really nice when you're going to create multiple cards that you have enough paper to create with. So this one again was the green. And then we have this one here. And then it's got like this nice, like burlappy linen. I'm not sure what it is, what kind of material. But that's on the other side. And then this one looks like a big cozy coat or something like that with the black and the cream. And then on this side is the blue side. So again, 3 sheets of each, super fun paper. I thought this red was perfect for winter, and I know it's like 100 degrees out right now, but I'm thinking ahead, and I thought maybe we could make this for, use this as a Christmas card today. Now, the stamp set that I'm using, I want to show you that really quick because this is a new set that is coming out. Actually, I just received my new mini holiday catalog today, so I'm super excited. I haven't even opened it up yet. I had my pre-order in, and it's still sitting down there. I haven't opened it, but I wanted to get these videos out to you, but I do know that this stamp set was available for our pre-order for an event that demonstrators had like a month ago. And so I got the whole set, and I have been using the stamp a lot. It's just big hugs for a good friend, and I think it's like a perfect stamp for lots of different things. It doesn't have to be the set is, it's called Peace on Earth, and you could say it's just a Christmas set, but it's not just a Christmas set, because this sentiment in here, like I said, could be used year round on lots of different projects. It is an online exclusive that will be, actually, it might actually, I don't know. I have online exclusive on here, but I feel like it may be in this mini catalog, and since I haven't looked at it yet, I don't know. I feel like it was going to be in there. It is in there. So that may be wrong. It may not be an online exclusive. So let me check. Okay, I went and checked really quick. So this is going to be available. My little sticker's wrong. Sometimes it's hard to keep track of all the stuff coming in and out. So this is actually in the new holiday mini catalog. So you guys will be able to purchase this when the new holiday catalog comes out. Here, I'll bring it in. All I can show you is the front of the catalog. I can't show you inside, but this will be available in September to customers, and if you are a demonstrator, or if you're thinking about becoming a demonstrator, then you can sign up and you can still order out of this catalog for your pre-order before customers can order. So if you're interested, then let me know. But yes, this set is in the catalog. So let me just take my sticker off here while I'm thinking about it. But there is lots of things that coordinate with this set, and they also have the dies. And let me show you these really quick. So, oh my, I have a lot. I've been busy cutting out a lot of stuff. One of my favorites are these doves in here. I didn't have anything like this, and I really do like these doves. Let me move this hot mess out of here. So there are 2 labels inside here that are good size, and they also have the hole, so you can like poke a hole in here and turn these into tags instead of like sentiment labels. Again, the doves are in here, and then it's got these this little branch, and you can put the branch in the mouth of the dove, and he can carry that. There's little stars in here, and then there's this little foliage leaf. So this is a really pretty set. But again, it's not just for Christmas. Along with this set is the designer paper that comes with it. And let me pull this in. This is really pretty paper. Look at the doves on this side. This is going to be so fun to create with. I've created quite a few cards already, and actually, if you're interested, I have a make and mail kit that I do once a month, and this month I am featuring this set. So if you're interested in that and you're signed up for my newsletter, then you can get all the details on that. And then on this side, it's just the crumb cake design. So you could use this for so many different layouts. If you're a scrapbooker or card making, it's just a real versatile set. And then this one, that's just such a neutral you can use. And then the pretty flowers here. So there's that. And then also, this is called the Peaceful Garden Designer paper. And then there's also the Peaceful Garden Glimmer paper. And these are really pretty. On the label, I was confused when I did my video. It says blue, dark gray, and soft green. And I was not seeing the green in this. I was definitely seeing silver. And then when I went back and I watched my video, and I'm holding it up to the light, maybe you guys can see that. You can actually see a little bit of the green glimmer in there. So again, versatile glimmer paper that can go with this set. And then there's also the hues of blue flowers that are in the set. And then the Misty Moonlight ribbon that has the really pretty silver on the sides. And then there's also an embossing folder that goes with the set. So remember the dies I showed you in that label? Let me see. Let me put this under it so you can see it better. This label is one of the dies in the set that you can cut out. So it's really pretty to put this in the center of the embossing folder. I've made several cards where I've like embossed and then ink blended or put shimmer around it, but it's just a really pretty embossing folder as well. And this is called Peaceful Greenery 3D embossing folder. So lots and lots of fun stuff coming up soon. If you want a catalog and you don't have a demonstrator and you would like me to mail you a catalog, then drop your name below and then I'll reach out to you and I will get you a holiday mini catalog. So that is what we're using today for this card. And I showed you the paper, I showed you the stamp set, I showed you all the good stuff so far. So let's get to making this card and I'll show you how we made it. So first I'm going to bring in a piece of the thick white 8.5 by 5.5, and I just scored this at 4 1/4. So let's burnish that. And then I have a piece of the Need for Tweed designer paper here. Let me get one. I think I just used up this. I think this one's empty. Let me get a new one here. Would you guys like to see the green side today, or would you like to see the red side again? Let me see. I just really like the red. The red is a cherry cobbler. It's not a real red. Ooh, that's a new glue. Okay. And like I said, it is cherry cobbler. It's just a really rich red. And I just really like the look of this red. Maybe for our koozie, we'll do the other side. Okay, and then I have a piece of cherry cobbler. This is 4 1/4 by 3, and I'm going to layer a piece of 4 by 2 3/4 white over top of it. And we need to do a little bit of stamping. So I am going to bring in that stamp set. Right here. I tried to put all of my stamps. I learned that little trick at our virtual album retreat where they take all the stamps they need and they put them all on one block. I've been doing that, and it actually helps quite a bit to make sure everything is all together. So let me bring in this Big Hugs for a Good Friend. Let's get this straight on here. I have been using cherry cobbler on it, so it is a little bit stained, but it does not hurt your stamp. So if you stress over your inks being, or your stamps being that color, it'll be okay. That just means they're well loved and used. All right, so I just want to stamp this. I'm actually going to bring in my mat. I like stamping on this when I use photopolymer stamps. This is a Juicy ink pad, so let me see if I can do this without making a mess here. Okay, and then I'm going to bring in the other stamp out of that set, the Peace, Love, and Joy. And I'm going to stamp that on the inside as well. And then there's actually, let me see, Big Hugs for a Good Friend. And then there's a sending in the set as well, just the word sending. So let me get that. That was one I forgot to get out, so let me grab that really quick. And let's stamp that on there as well. So we're sending peace, love, and joy. And now we've just kind of turned it into a Christmas card, right? All right. So we'll get that out of the way. We'll definitely get this cherry cobbler out of the way because I'll end up wearing that. Let me get these cleaned. Okay, Now I'm going to bring in a scrap piece of paper because we have a little bit more stamping to do. I'm going to use my Memento because we are going to be coloring some of these images and we don't want our ink to smudge. So let's, first we're going to stamp this coffee cup here. So I'm going to stamp that right there. And I'm also going to stamp this again because I want to do my koozie. So I think I'm just going to, let me just stamp it right here. We'll use the scrap paper here. I just want to stamp this part right here and then I can fussy cut that out. So I'm going to stamp that right there. All right, now put that aside. And then I want to stamp the foam for the top of the mug. And this one I did in the smoky slate. I did it first in black and I've done the other ones in black, but I just wanted like a softer look. So I'm using smoky slate for this one. And we're not really coloring that after. I am going to draw a little bit of definition with the marker, but I'm not really coloring it, so I'm not worried about it smudging or anything. And then I've got this cute little gingerbread man. So we're going to stamp him. And I'm also going to stamp this straw. Just like that. Okay. So I'm going to bring in my dies here. So I have the cup, I have the gingerbread man, I have the foam, and I have the straw. And what I do is I just usually put a little piece of like washi tape or mint tape or something like that on these, and that way it doesn't move around in my die cutting machine. And I can do both of these probably the same time. Let's see here. I'll just do those right together. So let me go die cut these out and I will be right back. Okay, so here we are. I'm going to zoom in a little bit since these are little tiny pieces here. And we are going to do a little bit of coloring. I am going to bring in some light crumb cake and pecan pie. And I'm going to color my little gingerbread man. He's a little cute guy here. So I'm going to color his body in crumb cake, and then I'm going to come back in with the pecan pie and do his little feet and hands. You see how cute he is? Little smiley face. And then I need some cherry cobbler here. This is the dark. I think that one's dark too. I don't know why I have two darks, no light. Let me color the straw here. Very carefully, not go outside the lines. Okay. And then for, I was thinking peppermint for some reason when I made this card. So on this one, I colored it pink. We could do this like a hot chocolate. So we could do like the light crumb cake again. Or we could do it pink. Let me see. That's so funny. I'm like looking for my light. I have 4 crumb cakes and every one of them is a dark. So I know I have one up here. There we go. Can you tell crumb cake is a color that I use a lot? So I think I'm gonna make this one hot cocoa this time. So I'm gonna use crumb cake on this. And then I'm not gonna color the koozie part because remember we stamped that on designer paper. And I'm gonna cut that out. Okay. And I'm gonna bring my scissors in here. And I'm just going to cut this where I stamped. And then when I turn it over, you won't be able to see the black lines there. Okay, so I am going to put a little glue on this. And we're just going to put it right up here on our cup there. Now it looks like it's got a little koozie on it there. Now I am going to take this, and I do want a color, just a little bit of, just a definition on this as well. I think I am still going to do it a little bit of pink here. This is actually like one of those colors that you use for skin tone. So I'm just going to add a little bit. It's no color, it's SU 700, that's what I'm using. And this will add just a little bit of something to that foam there. Okay, so now I can take, and I'm just gonna put a little bit of glue along the top here. And I'm gonna put a little bit of glue at the bottom of this straw here, just like that. So I'm gonna set my foam on here. And then I'm gonna put this right on here and pick it all up at once, just like that. Aren't these cute? I love making these. Then I'm just gonna put this up on dimensionals. That way we can pop this up on our card. And then this little guy, I'm gonna take just a little piece of a dimensional. You could always use mini glue dots if you have those. And we're gonna put him up on that. Actually, before I put that on, what I wanna do, let me put that aside for a minute. I'm going to take this and put this on our cherry cobbler cardstock. And I want to tie a bow on this first before I put my cup on there. Okay, so the ribbon that I'm using, this is from the Perfectly Pairs bundle. You can get this in the suite, or you can get it individually. This is Mossy Meadow in gold, and it's got the gold look on both sides. So what I want to do is I'm just going to wrap this around my card here and cut this off. And then I'm going to get my tweezers, because I found that if you have these tweezers, a lot of people either love them or hate them, but a lot of people say they're backwards. But if you use these, it holds your ribbon, since you always seem to need another hand in here. If you take this and you kind of like pinch that, it will hold your ribbon for you while you finish tying your bow. So it just comes in handy. So let me pull this through. And I like that this ribbon is gold on both sides. So it doesn't really matter which way you flip it. it still is really pretty on both sides. All right, let's straighten this up here. We'll cut some of that off. Might do a little bit more here. Let me cut a little bit more. There we go. Now we know exactly where we're going to put our cup. So let me bring this back in. Oh, before I do that, one more thing. I don't want my cup just like hanging out here. I want it to kind of be sitting on something. So I'm just going to put a little gray down here. And that way it has something to sit on here. Okay. Just like that. And then I'm going to bring my little gingerbread man in. And we're going to stick him right down here like he's sitting on that tabletop or whatever too. Just like that. Okay. So now we can take this, and I want to pop this up on dimensions as well. Can't have too much dimension, right? And put a few here in the middle. All right, and we'll put this right up here, right in the center of our card here. Just like that. Okay, now let's add a few little gems on this. And the gems that I chose were, again, from the Perfectly Pairs. These are the low profile dots. That's what they're called, low profile sparkle dots. So I will put a few of these on as well. Now everything that I use today will be, I'll put a link below and it will send you to my blog, and there you can print off the PDF or the instructions or the measurements or whatever it is that would help you to duplicate this card, and it'll send you over to Stamp with Kimberly, and you can check that out there. But there you go. So we changed up a few things. We did a different koozie on this, and then I changed the color of the cup from pink to crumb cake, and then we changed the color of our foam there. But I still think they're both super cute. Again, this is cherry cobbler, so it's just a really nice color. Either are you like a real red person or a cherry cobbler person? Some people either like one or the other, but I guess it depends on what you put it with. This just looks much warmer to me, and going with this Need for Tweed paper, that's just a super warm paper that I feel it works really well with. So there you go. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and give this set a try. If you don't already have this stamp set in your stash, then give it a try. And if you do have it in your stash, like I said, pull it back out and see what you can create with it for this coming up season. So there you go. I hope you like it. And if you haven't hit the like or the subscribe button yet, then I'd appreciate it if you do that, if you'd like to see more videos from me. And like I said, I have 2 more videos coming out with this set. And I hope to see you again soon. All right. Thanks a lot. Have a good day. Bye-bye.